This is for the Komodo worker. This is for the Gemini worker. So we're gonna be talking about Fated Love, your experience shooting it.
Oh yeah.
And
It's been a minute.
the process, the artistry.
Yeah,
Is that
would
water
be
or
nice
wine?
to have some wine and watch myself on the screen. No, just water.
Nice. Is there anything you want to say before I start the film?
No.
So I think it was just one audition, right?
Dang.
That's always good.
Okay.
Hope
Did it
so.
break?
No.
Yeah, that's good. Cool.
So I cast it basically off of one audition, and we just met at a coffee shop in New York, in Manhattan, and I basically just had you read the lines.
Yeah. And I thought you had someone else in mind. I thought you were getting someone else for the experiment, but it fell through.
We were
Yeah.
shooting another weekend initially, and I think it was a few months beforehand, and then that weekend ended up falling through because Juan couldn't do it and a few other reasons. And so then we postponed it for a few months in advance, and then I think we were messaging each other after the audition because I don't think we shot it for another, I don't know,
Oh, so
couple months.
I was
after
an
that.
initial choice because I thought it was someone else and she just couldn't make it. That's why you cast me.
Well, so
Not that it matters, but
yeah, no, that
I
is
thought that was the story.
that is partly true. Also, Brad Hallbrook's character, Boston,
It's only me.
was cast. I cast another actor for that role.
Mm.
But the thing was, it was super last minute the first time around.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had a very small pool of actors that I was choosing from. And I wasn't super excited about any of the options. And so it was like kind of the best of the worst, so to speak, the first time around. And so I wanted a bigger pool of actors. And so I recast it entirely. And I planned it out months in advance so I would have time to look at multiple people.
Cool.
Any other thoughts that you remember?
Back then, I've been to States only probably 3 years and like freshly out of the school. So I was just excited, I guess, about any opportunities. And I thought, oh, that's something very interesting. So, you know, I was just excited to be the part of this. It also was, you named it yourself as experimental chapter, and you were shooting a lot of weird stuff. So I don't know, and I like weird, so I guess we both got what we wanted.
From the initial script that you read, because I think I had the whole script posted on Backstage.
I can't remember that. Everything is just like glimpses.
Okay, well, from what you remember about reading it,
I gotta remember what I ate last night, so it's hard for me to recollect things that happened more than 10 years
Okay,
ago.
well, use your imagination. From
Okay.
reading it to actually watching the film, how similar was the script to the finished project as you envisioned it when you read it?
It wasn't like shockingly different. It was definitely different, but it wasn't anything negative about it. It's just, I guess back then I didn't have much experience like shooting a lot of film and, you know, especially like experimental films. So, you know, kind of just, I wasn't shocked. It's just like with time doing it more and more, like you realize that sometimes, you know, the script and then, you know, the shooting process and the ending film, it's just like a lot of things might change and it's okay too. But yeah, I can't remember being like super surprised, but there definitely were changes.
Do you remember what any of the changes were?
Well, I guess more like more of a thread of a narrative, like what she was going through. I don't know. I like when I read the script, I had one idea in my mind about who this character is, what is going on, and then film made more sense. And it was not exactly what I thought was happening. It's more like I guess more of an idea of reading it and be like, well, but how are we gonna like shoot it? Like how can I portray it so it makes sense? And then in editing, it made sense. You have thoughts about how you're gonna do this character. You have somewhat an understanding and connection to it, and it's like, oh, but will like others dig it? Because like I don't know, like how to embody it, how to show it through, especially when there's not a lot of words, just more like a concept and vision. But then like in the end it made sense, and it wasn't far from what I thought about this character, if it makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, that's good, because there was a lot of words.
That's what we're here to do.
I can't remember when I watched through like the entire thing nonstop.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's see.
I thought you saw it recently.
I think it was still glimpses, not like the entire thing. That will be interesting, considering how I love watching myself. The fish was my choice, by the way.
Yeah, how did you figure that out? You saw that my neighbor had a fish, right?
I just very intuitive when it comes to to images, and like I'm very visual person, so I don't know. There was no a thought process behind it. I just thought it would be nice to throw an idea and see how you respond.
I think I thought you were going to be running a lot longer when I wrote the script, but you just you just ran for like 10 seconds.
Oh.
But
it was miscommunication. I thought that what you guys.
It ended up working out. No, we had you do laps around.
Also, like, it was my first time running on screen, and I just have not realized that you actually have to slow down a lot in order for a camera to follow you, unless it's like a dolly. Which
we had some cool shots in the initial cut of it, and you were running a lot more in the initial 18-minute cut of it. But I ended up cutting it all out because it just ran for too long. Got some really nice candid moments.
Yeah, that's really nice.
With Amelia, I believe her name is. And William.
Yeah, William. And here's me having a method moment. Because I think I wasn't actually, like, they were not there. I was just like kind of staring into nothing.
Yeah, initially I had it where they were actually there. But we couldn't shoot it like that. It was too complicated. So then I did it like a memory.
Here he is.
Keeping a journal. It'll help to talk through your emotions. Hell, it may even come in handy for your journalism. You need to learn to say no, Bill. Not let them take advantage of you.
It's quite profound, you know, saying. It is a skill to say no.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays.
He has a way of making things sound professional that aren't exactly professional.
Isn't it life, anyways?
What do you mean?
A lot of people in different professions, being professionals, taking advantage of other people.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And that's a big part of what this is about. How you can kind of use your profession to take advantage of people. I was never entirely sure if this part actually works and if it makes sense, but...
Yeah, I remember you were like, just, you know, open your mouth and like, you know, caress your teeth with your tongue. I'm like, why? I was like, okay, I'll do it.
It's supposed to be like we're inside the head of, inside of his head.
Yeah, but it's, overall, there was like a lot of moments that I was like, oh, okay, you wanted to do this, but... It all was fun, you know. I was just like was jumping into it, like just having lots of fun.
That was
As an
Alex's
actress.
idea to get him kind of like getting ready. Thought
Oh,
that
yeah.
was really
well,
good.
You guys know what you do before
Really
you
good.
run.
Bruh.
You can cut it out.
I thought you were getting someone else for this camera.
It's only me. I always feel weird when I say you don't have anything to worry about now. I always think of that line. I'm like, makes it feel kind of gross.
Yeah. Now through my mind goes like, what's gonna be happening? I have no idea.
This part,
Yeah, but we kind of just.
that was the main question though. A lot of that the other actresses were asking, like how much nudity and stuff it's gonna be, which is fair. I think this is the first scene we shot.
Yeah, I can't remember.
It's first or second scene that we shot, but it was one of the initial things that we shot, which is like the most uncomfortable thing.
Alright. Not play rough.
I remember I had music playing over this whole segment, and then I had 3 people say, hey, it would be a lot more uncomfortable if you just cut the music. And they were right, but
Yeah.
it's also a lot more uncomfortable. I don't know if I'm gonna show the whole segment here. This feels weird to react to.
Bruh.
So, yeah.
But everything beyond this point is pretty.
It's not
PC.
even that. It wasn't so crazy. It's not like what Lars von Trier does,
I think people hold you to a different standard when they know you, and then
Yeah.
also too when you're like watching it with a group of
We
people.
didn't even see any private parts.
So some of your private parts, I guess.
Bruh.
That was fun too.
But it was done relatively
In New
peacefully.
York,
Bruh.
when you're like, act like you're.
Denied.
It's like, you wouldn't like do this in real life, but it's like, but it's experimental, so I'll be having fun with it.
You wouldn't do what in real life?
Well, it's not how you like look around and just like a little bit over the top, but I loved it.
Yeah, but when you're shooting a film like this,
And
you
then all of a sudden,
want it to be over the
and then all of a
top.
sudden he shows up in the middle of New York, as that always happens. You can.
Well, I feel like films create their
No,
own
I'm just giving
logic.
you a hard time. The thing about like what I like about art house, it's like you watch like a painting, that just like became alive, but it's just like it makes sense. Yeah, it doesn't make sense maybe in real life, but in the field of artistry, it makes total sense. You know what I
Everything's
mean?
condensed, so
Yeah.
you have to have things happen really
Yeah.
fast. And so this might be something that might happen in real life, but
Yeah.
over the course of several months in
Yeah.
different situations, but you put it all into one situation.
Yeah.
And so it feels ridiculous if you really think about it, but at the same time, it is kind of embodying real life, just
Yeah.
very condensed.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good way to put it.
It's my assistant.
Yeah, because we go from this to another pretty extreme situation all within the matter of, a couple hours. Really is the time frame. Where in real life it'd probably span
Yeah.
over a few months.
He's helping me with the story I'm covering. Right.
I can't remember which side of the screen, but if you watch the film from start to finish, the first 3/4 of it, you're on one side of the screen. I think it's.
I'm not sure I'd like
I wanted to show when you were in less of a power dynamic, you were either on the right or left side of the screen, and so I had to actually flip the footage.
I'm just digging the visuals right now. It's so cool.
I knew
The
that,
lights, and
shooting in
the
time-
blurriness of it. It's so cool.
yeah, he had these particular type of lenses. Lens babies, I think they're called, and so they push everything out and they blur it in the background.
Yeah. It's interesting that the longer it gets, I don't know, maybe I'm just more chill with time, but I was just like so kind of hard on myself when I was watching it when it just came out, and I was like, I did great.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
I thought your performance was great.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember Brad was very complimentary of you. Where did you find her? She's amazing.
You never told me that.
I think I did tell it to you.
Mm-hmm.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a good cast because considering how, like, you know, the topic and the art houseness of it, like everyone was super respectful. It was like so easy, just like you know, it just was great. It was a great experience.
Yeah, I'm surprised how on board Brad was for it, because he does more comedy type roles.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a professionally trained actor, and he actually trains actors for a living. It's one of the main things he does. We used real kitchen knives.
Yeah.
What did we do for blood?
I think it was like one of the one's friends brought blood or something.
Oh, that's right.
And then you had to like clean it up of the walls.
That's right. We
If
smeared
it's
it all over
blurred,
the walls. Yeah, well, we kind of created a surreal effect. And then we had the flowers hanging from the walls as well, which I wasn't sure if that was actually going to translate and work. But I've never had anybody question it, which is kind of funny. And then I tried to cast several actors for this character here. But I couldn't get anybody on the day, so I ended up just using my friend Juan, who produced it. Who's now a writer and director.
We got the bad guy.
Oh, yeah. And then I thought you really nailed the kiss, because it starts off very sensual and friendly, and then right here it seems pretty aggressive. And that was exactly what I was going for. Right there. It's like you're eating him.
What's this song? Who composed it?
This is just Ezra.
Oh, was it Ezra?
Ezra Reich.
Oh, that's.
But the original song I wanted was Fade Into You. And so he just mimicked something in that vein where it's kind of uplifting but also nostalgic.
Yeah.
And
That was cool. Actually, I was a little bit nervous. Being a little bit like.
About watching it?
Just being like, I don't know. I'm always hard on myself, but yeah, it's great.
Oh, it's playing something else. I'm gonna turn it off.
Capital friendly bet.
Yeah, any other thoughts?
I don't know. Just want to keep making more movies.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Considering with the budget and amount of the crew and, you know, kind of resources, I thought it was amazing, you know.
Yeah, there were really only, I think, no more than 6 of us on
Yeah.
set at any given time. I don't even know if there were 6 of us. Juan, you, Brad, me,
Yeah.
Alex. Yeah, maybe 6 or 7. As the young kids say.
Yeah. I'll always be sentimental about stuff I do. It's cool. I mean, I would want to do something like that type of genre, and just like maybe just to look at like over the top. That would be fun.
You mean more over the top in terms of like violence and stuff, or
Violence and like, you know, more stuff like blood and such, like looks like crazy.
yeah.
But yeah, What is the penguin?
I don't know. It's showing some kids thing. I don't know why. But
Yeah.
yeah,
But
like
yeah, don't show it to your kids unless they're 18.
this short film.
Yeah. No, it was really good. Kudos to you for making a good movie, and I just kind of honored to be the part of it, and we all did great work.
Yeah, I agree.
So, and I did great in festivals. So, and now it's like really rocking on YouTube. So, so this is cool. Yeah, I would not expect that. Like now looking back, thinking that I were just having fun with like some, like I'm just like experimenting with student kids. Like I wouldn't think that like years later it's gonna be like on YouTube and a million views. So that's fun.
Yeah, it's funny how it works.
Yeah.
I think I wrote it in less than 2 hours too. I wrote it super quick.
But you always do write your short films really quick.
I do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Maybe I worked on the script for like a night because I just like wanted to show up with really open-minded and I didn't want to like overthinking it, and I was not quite sure that what I'm gonna do, and I don't really want to know as if for now. So just like I just ran it through and like I was just gonna go with an open mind. Like that's kind of was intuitive approach.
I think that's how we were all somewhat approaching it. I had a lookbook of how I wanted it to look, and I went over it with Juan, the producer, and I went over it with Alex, the cinematographer. And so they both had a pretty clear idea of visually how I wanted it to look. And one of the main inspirations was Chungking Express, which is a totally different film. Has some film noir elements to it, but it's really a romance film. But I really liked the way that Wong Kar-wai shot that film. And so I was trying to emulate that, and then I had a few other inspirations behind it. But other than that, I was going in pretty, how do you say it, not super methodical about it, which is very different from how I had approached stuff in the past. In the past, I had really gone scene by scene, shot by shot, created a shot list and everything. And for this, I didn't even have a shot list. I just had a general idea of where I wanted the camera to be, but I wasn't really holding too closely to that. And so when we got on set, it was more, I just wanted to figure out exactly where the camera went when we were there. And for most of it, I don't think any of it was on a tripod. It was pretty much all just handheld on a shoulder rig. We had the camera on a shoulder mount that Alex was just kind of moving around, and at one point I even took the camera and was like getting shots when we were in Times Square and stuff. I remember thinking, oh, this is cool, I want to shoot more stuff like this where it's just really free and you can move the camera however you want to move it, whenever.
That's cool. I think my only choice like I did in advance, it was like I used blue contacts. I just wanted to wear blue contacts for this character because I just wanted her be more vulnerable, and just in my because like my darker eyes make my like image more sharp, I would say, like more like I'm not saying like blue-eyed people like softer, but it's like in my mind, like if my eyes not as dark, I'll just like it makes me more vulnerable and more like whatever she's going through, and like so that I remember.
Did you wear those contacts for Platonic too? I feel like you
did. I can't remember. I might not.
I feel like you wore them for Platonic. Yeah.
Maybe. Oh, that's interesting. No, I can't remember that. Probably I did. I also need contacts. I'm blind. So.
I mean, me too.
Yeah, you're even more blind than me.
Yeah, by a lot. Any other thoughts?
Well, I don't know. I praised this enough. I don't know what else to say.
Praised it. You don't have to praise it.
No, but I think it's really good. I honestly did not give enough credit for a long time to this movie again, like because I'm too hard on myself and I don't like watching myself on screen. And obviously, like, I'm a big part of this project. It's like kind of now like being, I guess, less ego involved. I'm just like see as it is. Like with Platonic, I don't know, I loved it from the day one. Like with Fated Love, I don't know, maybe just because there was too close to me, or maybe like I relate too much to this character, but it just kind of was like uncomfortable to watch it. But now it's cool. That's why I also love art. If it triggers you, I think it's great. I'm happy we did it. Yeah.
I remember for a long time I was kind of apologizing for this film, like, hey, sorry, I know it's really uncomfortable and stuff.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't.
But no, I don't do that anymore. But I just remember it makes people really uncomfortable, and it made me uncomfortable watching it for a while. Now I can watch it and I'm kind of removed from it, like you said.
Well, because it's such a taboo topic, like like physical intercourse, especially in America. I think Europe is easier, like with sex, and just like here, just like people, despite our being all open-minded and all kinds of things happening, you can be whatever, whoever, but like when it comes to actual like people are not ready for that type of content. It just like makes them very uncomfortable unless it's like behind closed doors. And I think like people have a hard time communicating sensuality and sex and naked body and just two people being intimate with each other.
Yeah, for sure. I also think there's a really thin line in America between like pornography and narrative films, and a lot of Americans can't see the difference. Whereas if it has a sexual topic,
they just like they get so triggered and scared, they just don't even leave a space to explore it more. And there is something beyond boobs and open mouths and seductiveness. Some people just they're so closed off, they're not even ready to go there, you know what I mean? Though there's a lot of paintings and art and architecture with naked people, and still even in that case, people kind of start being giggly. It's like, oh, look at this. I don't know why society is so prude about it, but Europe is less, but well, whatever.
I think I had watched a lot of European films before I made this.
I'm not gonna change, and I want to challenge, and I want to go there, because how else you unlayer yourself, how else you expand in your artistic vision. So you have to face challenge. Yeah,
Definitely.
But, cool.
Well, thanks for doing this.
Thank you for delaying the process and finding the bigger pool of actors, because it would never happen probably, but it's cool it happened.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm proud of this project. I meant every word, by the way. Just like I really liked it. I digged it. It was a nice experience on big screen too.
Yeah, it's cool seeing it again.